Well, hello. Welcome to the Give Me a Hold Air podcast. We are doing SmackDown tonight, and it's just little old me on my own because Dom is still getting wrecked in Reykjavik, and Ant and Dan have done their fair share this week. Let's have a little look what people are saying. Who we got in? We got Todd. Say hi, Sam and All. Don't know who All is, but I'm happy he's here. Michael, how are you, mate? Jack says, like or I'm grumpy. Oh, blimey. Why are you grumpy, Jack? What's going on? And Todd saying hi to Jack. So, hello, guys. Right, so we've got a few things going on tonight. We've got a few matches. I'm just going to look at my phone to see what they are rather than going on to another tab. So, tonight we've got something going down with Sami Zayn, that's for sure, probably with Roman as well. We know, I know it's the Fiend then, not the Fiend, Bray Wyatt is in action tonight in some form, not necessarily a match. But I reckon we're probably going to get some kind of angle beginning his run to WrestleMania. So from a match point of view, we got Madcap Moss going to try and get the Intercontinental Championship from Gunther. Good luck with that, mate. We've got Natalya and Shotzi after Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Yep, good luck with that, ladies. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus battle the Viking Raiders once again. Anyone sick of that yet? I'm not so sure. Who else have we got? Asuka going to battle Liv Morgan. That actually should be pretty good. I think Asuka's going to win. I think Asuka's going to win the Chamber tomorrow night as well. I think Liv will put in a good showing tonight and tomorrow night, but I'm all about Asuka for this. And that's what we've got announced so far. So it's been a bit of a weird week. We are officially launching WrestleSphere next week. I think on the 20th. Depends just how organised we are. We'll see if we can get that sorted. Dom should be back by then as well. Yeah. So let me just quickly reload my SmackDown because it's decided it's not going to work. So that's a bit weird. Taylor, how are we doing? He says, well. Nice to see you. And Jack says he's grumpy because not enough likes. Not enough likes of what? The stream? It's only been on like 2 minutes. I did 2 countdowns as well. That's enough to annoy someone. Some of these matches sound like primary school taking on Manchester United. Everyone I know hates Manchester United. So are they like really good or something? Like if it's football, it's like, I like the World Cup, like the Euros, club football, no time for it. Taylor says, how you doing, Sam? I'm all right. I'm not ill this week like I was last week. I was really struggling last week. However, I have drank 2 energy drinks and I'm having a beer. So expect frequent urinations this evening. Not on stream, obviously. I'll be leaving the stream to go and do that, of course. Keith Lee is back. Oh, on Rampage, you say. Why are you watching Rampage? We're doing a SmackDown stream. Get off Rampage. Saying that, both on Friday night. I'll be watching Rampage probably Tuesday when it's on Sky. I would have thought. So we're just waiting for SmackDown to start. If you ever need me to hop on for an episode, let me know. I might consider that, Taylor. I might consider that. I need the blessing of the man in charge, which is Dom. I don't think he might too much. The only issue is we've got my stream's died again. What's going on tonight? Is it my internet? What is going on? I wonder. Jack says, I live in London. It's where them lot have the most fans. I'm not one for British football. There we go. Fair enough. So I'm just trying to get my stream working. It keeps dying. I've got to be able to watch SmackDown. Like, Mark is so into this Hall of Fame announcement thing. Yes, something's... I don't know why they haven't said anything yet about it. It is getting a bit weird at this point. We've got rumours of Batista, haven't we? Got a couple of other rumours. But nothing's been set in stone as of yet. Let me just see if I'm logged into too many things and if that's killing my stream with bandwidth and stuff. There we go. Let's try again now. Nice tribute to Jerry Jarrett. Yeah, I'd love to be able to see it, but my stream isn't working, so that's annoying. BT Sport is shocking, isn't it? It's just so bad. And whose dumbass idea was it to stick WWE on BT Sport? People like me watch BT Sport for one reason, WWE. Don't care about anything else on there. Don't care. Put it on something geeks like to watch, not on something sport fans like to watch. Oh, good. Finally, it's working. Better stay working this time. There we go. See, I'm grumpy now, Jack. Cyndi Lauper for Hall of Fame and Bob Holly. That's a bit lackluster, innit? Let's get Batista in there. Let's get Drax the Destroyer in there. Because I'm not that bothered about Cyndi Lauper. Especially while we're there, Jack. Put it on free TV. I'm not being funny, Taylor. I don't even know how to do that. I know you've got like these watch wrestling shows and on websites, but I'm like, I tend to do everything legit. I tend to pay for everything, really. Big On says, does WWE even classify Chris Benoit as a legend? Blimey, I don't think that's one. It's too late at night to touch that one. From a wrestling point of view, yeah, but you know, he might have invalidated that when he made certain decisions. And yes, I'm well aware, you know, the chap had mental health concerns and there's a lot to unpack there. But we won't be doing that tonight. What we are going to do is talk about what's going on this week. So tomorrow night, we are going to have a stream of Elimination Chamber. So that means I think Dom and Dan are doing that. I will pop my head in to see how it's going to say hello, but I'll be getting ready to do the New Japan stream. So I'm going to need a good sleep before I do that. But I might pop my head into Elimination Chamber. But truth is, I'm going to watch Elimination Chamber on Sunday on my own. Just relax and watch it because I'll be up most of the night doing the New Japan show. But I don't mind. It's what I'm here to do. Yeah, me too, Jack. Not touching that with a 30-foot pole. I know. There's a lot of things to consider in that, isn't there? So, right, we're getting a reminder of Sammy talking to Jey Uso last week. We did our predictions yesterday, me, Dom, and Dan. And we think Jey is turning on Sammy tomorrow night. But there's been reports that they've changed a couple of things. So we'll see what they do. And Jack has said he's working Sunday Mongolian morning. I preferred Mongolian. That was funnier. Yeah, it's working now. It's working now. It just spat at me a couple of times. I think, right, I know why. I reckon I was streaming something silently on my phone. I guarantee my wife has fallen asleep upstairs streaming YouTube or something on the upstairs TV. That's what's going on. There we go. Is it me? Or is SmackDown and Raw competing to have the worst music at the moment? I don't mean to be whinging about everything tonight, but like it's often been pretty crap. But right now it's like an all-time low. Bring AC/DC back at this point, jeez. So Mark says, well, you're all pretty sure Uso's banned from Canada. No, they're not anymore. It was reported. I know somebody said it on stream last night, but I've heard that that's been fixed. So no big deal. Apparently so. My autocorrect is weird. You could have done with it for that. Agreed, says Taylor. What are you agreeing to, Taylor? I said I've rabbited on quite a bit. Oh, is it the music? Yeah. Tell me about it. Yeah. Not feeling it. Not feeling it at all. There's a ton of stuff I was going to say when I got on stream, but it's not happened. Why is the chamber above the ring? Well, Taylor, I'll tell you why that is. That's because they're already in Montreal and they can't be asked doing it tomorrow night. That's what's going on there. They might as well put it there. And also, it looks cool, doesn't it? It looks pretty cool. The fact that it's there is ominous. You got 24 hours to be like, ooh, the chamber. Jack saying, I watch SmackDown and Raw regularly for Given Holly for years, but even I can't remember the themes. No, I can only ever remember the current one and the one before it. There's a few, like a couple of years ago, I liked the Raw one. And then they had an awful one on SmackDown. And then when they went to Fox, they got that, I think it's AC/DC track. And I hate that track. I've got no problem with the band, I just hate that track. And like, I can't, what on earth are they doing at the moment? I didn't hear it was emanating from Montreal. Yes, well, it is. That's what's going on. That's why it's there. You know, They're doing what they're doing in Manchester, not Manchester, London. They're getting it ready the night before, which makes sense. Todd's right. Says for effect. That's what it's there for. And we're saying, Mark, did you hear that Hornswoggled in an interview where he missed a spot with The Undertaker as he fell asleep? No, but that is amazing. I'll hunt that down and watch it. That is quite funny. Surely the chamber is a health and safety thing. What, like a risk it being there? Nah, it's up all right. I'd say it was a health and safety thing. That bloody tank that Shotzi's in. What's TCB? Anybody know? Can someone help me out with whatever TCB is? Totally crap battle tank? I don't know. Nah, he's got a hat again. Yes, it's something to do with a sister's business, someone told me last week. So we start with the ladies. We certainly do. Natty in a hat, Shotzi in a moshing. Is she all right? Put it this way: if the Usos appear tonight, yeah, there'll be an elimination chamber tomorrow. That exactly. Yeah. Well, again, it's been reported that that's been resolved, so I think we're good. Unless something changed, unless that report was wrong, but considering who it's coming from, I think we're all right. I'll sort that. I'll look that up, Mark. Just the only thing is, this weekend, every single minute of my time this weekend is accounted for with something. It's either WrestleSphere related, or it's Give Me a Hold Yeah related, or it's Exerto related. So I've got a ton of stuff to do. There is no. I don't even have there's no days off this weekend, but there's also no nights off. So because I'm doing this tonight, gonna go to bed up in the morning, and I've pretty much got an all-nighter tomorrow. I don't normally do multiple streams. I don't normally do one on a Friday and one on a Saturday, but with Dom being away, I'm being a bro. So that's what's going on. He joined us from the hotel room last night for that stream. That was fun. Taking care of business, Taylor. Is that what it means? Right. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Shots look so green and good. Put that tongue away, Todd. It is cool that she's like all green though. I don't think we've ever had like a green themed wrestler before. Like obviously the Hurricane. I mean, with the hair, and like we've had Eva Marie when she was all red, Sasha Banks, the blueprint, all of that, but we've never had a green person. So it's cool. Shotzi's carved that little niche out for herself. So who else have we got in? Make yourself known to us. Apparently Daniel was meant to be coming in because it's his birthday, but as I saw on Twitter, I'm not his favourite host, so he's probably just gone, no, I'm not coming in now, it's Sam. So, very much likes Ant, very much likes Dan. Me and Dom, no love. Disgraceful. Cuts me deep. No, I'm joking. Somebody did say I'm their favourite. Who was it? I've forgotten who it was. I probably should have. That's the only one I'm ever going to get. So, got no Sassy tonight. I'm not Sassy's favourite because she manages Dan. So, that's a shame. I think I might be Taylor's favourite because we work together at Exerto. Is that right, Taylor? Tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm not, I'm furious. No one said they don't like Ant. No one said that. They said Ant and Dan were their joint favourites, but me and Dom got no love. Although I've heard him say multiple times, multiple favourites. So I think he changes depending on who's done good streams or whatever. No, I've never heard anybody say they dislike Ant. I think it's impossible to do so. Although we'll see how all good friends we are after we've all shared a room in LA for 5 days. That'll be funny. We'll be fighting each other for the shower and stuff. That'll be good. So Shotzi. Oh, nice kick from Shotzi. See, Taylor, I'm going to assume that's you saying I'm your favourite. So I like that. Thank you very much. So we've not met yet, but we're going to the City of Angels. Is that you and I, Jack? Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like it kind of feels like we have, but you're right, we haven't. Not in real life. So that'll be interesting. I'll tell a lie. I was eyeing up because you'll get there a little bit later. I was eyeing up the Impact show on the Thursday night. I was like, oh, do I go to that? Do I go to that? But then again, I've got to convince the other guys to do it, and they'll all be knackered because they've just had an 11-hour flight. So I think what we're going to do, Jack, is we're all probably going to sit in the bar and wait for you. That's probably what we're going to do. And we don't want you getting there and us not being there. That'd be a bit of a dick move for us to do. So we're not going to do that. Oh, sorry, guys, I got beer. Although we could maybe watch Impact when you get in on Fight TV or whatever the hell. That'd be cool. A couple of watch parties would be fun, wouldn't they? Because we can't go to Ring of Honor and we can't go to the Impact show or the WrestleCon show. So we could do something like that. Hey, I could upgrade any time I want. I plan on spending my money on food and beer. I don't mind economy on Virgin, though. It's all right. You get pretty good. It's better than bloody EasyJet and stuff like that, isn't it? As far as I'm aware. Yeah. I don't like the first class things because you're in little pods on your own. You can't chat to your bros. It's all right if you're going with your wife. She'll watch this and see it. See me saying that. I'm bringing my iPad. Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. I'm going to download a load of stuff on it, like Netflix or something, and that'll keep me going. I don't know if I want to sleep on the way there. I'm still in an hour, and I'll see how I feel. The thing is, I'll have Dom on one side, probably an Ant on the other, so I'm probably not going to get any sleep anyway, am I, to be honest, if we think about that. So, Virgin sound across the board. That's what I've heard. I've never flown with Virgin before, but I think they're pretty good. It's from what I hear. Everyone says, oh, yeah, they're the best. So, there you go. So, you're not a fan, are you, Taylor, of Ronda Rousey? I think she's pretty cool. I think she's born for this, absolutely amazing. But I know what you mean. She doesn't help herself sometimes when she's talking, does she? Got an ad break now, so I know I haven't called much of the action, but you've got the commentators for that. We're here to hang out, aren't we? And to analyse more than we are to say she pretended to kick her, he pretended to punch him. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. So tomorrow night will be. It'll be tough. It'll be a long stream. God, there's so many things I wanted to tell you all when I came on, and I've kind of just forgotten every single thing. But oh well. We are now officially in the run up to WrestleMania, and tomorrow night will change everything. So we've got Bray Wyatt coming up tonight. Interested to know what people think's going on. Apparently, we're going to see some Uncle Howdy action as well. So that'll be interesting. I like Ronda, but I don't give a damn about a bad reputation. I see what you did there. Did you just say she pretended? Oh, Taylor, mate. Have a seat. Come here. Sit down. I've got something to tell you about wrestling. And it's going to break your heart. It's not real. Does anybody else, because we're all wrestling fans here, right? So does anybody else meet that guy or at a social event who goes, oh, you like wrestling, or you do it as part of your job, or do aspects of it? You do know it's all fake, don't you? How often do you meet those guys? And it's like, no, mate, I've gone through 35 years of my life and not known that. Like, I honestly, genuinely believe The Undertaker could teleport and shoot lightning at his fingers. Like, you've just blown my mind. Like, I've only just, you saying that now has changed everything I thought I knew. Like, does any wrestling fan really think that? We buy in. Like, I buy into the MCU and everything else. Wrestling not being real is its strength. That's what makes it so good. If it was real, it'd be horrifying. Like, UFC is fun, and that's real. But I tell you now, UFC absolutely hype stuff in the way wrestling do. A lot of their press conferences and stuff are worked. I tell you that now. They are. And the soap media stuff. It's soap operas for girls as well, you know, sassy. And we've got a, you know, especially... but I know what you mean. It's primarily men in their 30s to 50s who watch wrestling. So you're not wrong there, Todd. Me being one of them. Heartbreak. You're going to tell me Kane and The Undertaker aren't brothers? Oh, right. Well, Taylor, again, mate, sit down. Sit down. I've got something to tell you. Kane was once a fake Diesel. Just let that sink in. Then he was a dentist, briefly, called Isaac Yankem. Then he was a burn victim. Then he wasn't a burn victim anymore. So it's so real. Like WWE bruises don't ever happen really. Yeah, I know. And you can like do moves on people like neck breakers, and they don't even break their neck. Oh, Taylor, I know, mate. I'm shattering your reality here, aren't I? Yeah. I'm sorry, mate. This is like having the Santa Claus conversation with one of your kids. I feel bad, mate. I'm sorry. Hello, Misfit. Nice to see you, mate. Anyone suggesting Asuka lose yet another WrestleMania to Super Cena Bianca? No, I'm right. I don't know about everybody else, mate, but me, I want Asuka to go on a tear. I think Bianca Belair is fantastic. I think she's an incredible athlete, but I'm not feeling her title reign anymore. I'm glad they did it because I do think she deserves it. But I've always been Team Asuka since NXT, since day one. He was then in DX, yeah. Kane was also a Christmas tree. Yeah. Did you know, Taylor? Oh mate, I am sorry. He's also now Kane, the burn victim. You know the guy, Katie Vick, you know the guy who did that to Katie Vick and all of that is now the mayor of Knoxville. And whatever you do, don't go near his Twitter account. I know, Mo, you're right, mate. Guys at work used to say, you know it's fake stuff all the time. But we mother talk. Yeah. Lots of the haters are closet wrestling fans. See, I find a lot of them watched it in the Attitude Era and they liked it then. Or they were kids and they watched Hulk Hogan and Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair and they kind of fell out of love and then came back. So, because I sort of did that as well, a little bit. Again, if you had told me, I don't know, about 6 years ago that I'd be doing this as part of my job now, I wouldn't believe you. Oops, someone's texting me. Who is this? Oh, thank you. It's Mark giving me the link to that interview. I shall watch it at some point this weekend when I'm not working in some capacity. Oh no, Taylor's mind is shattered, and I'm sorry about Santa as well, Jack. I know that hit you hard, but you must have twigged when he stopped coming down your chimney. It wasn't like he didn't love you anymore. It wasn't that. It was just a case of he never loved you. Okay. Asuka's Kane era. Yeah, exactly. See, I don't even want Asuka to talk. And oh, Hassan, you've reminded me. Let's do a poll, shall we? Right, doing a poll for Hassan. Oh, there's my voice. Right, okay. If it wasn't for Hassan, that poll wouldn't have happened. So why are you here, Hassan? Natalya and Shotzi. Shotzi doesn't have a surname currently, does she? Versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna. Shayna. Fairly sure I spelled one of them wrong. Whatever. There we go. Right, we're good. I know. See, I'm not even bothering doing the banner. So this is why I need Sassy here. I need Sassy. We'll leave that there. I even missed the finish because I was doing the poll. That's how committed I am. Yeah, Santa was run over by Del Rio. I think a lot of people have been. I'll tell you who was run over by Del Rio. Del Rio's career. I fell out of love in Ruthless Aggression, but in late 2006, I moved to York. Massive fan. Yeah. I'm a bit jealous of you guys like living in York and stuff. York is an awesome city. So what brought you to London then, Jack? If you don't mind me asking. WWE after Kenny Omega. Yeah, I think WWE have been after Kenny Omega for a while. I think he does owe himself a run there. I'd be interested to see what a WWE, Kenny Omega would be. I think he'll find it hard though, because he likes to. He's used to being an EVP and sticking his oar in everywhere. So he's probably not going to like just being the talent and told to shut up and sit down. Because he can be a snippy little bugger, Kenny Omega. He's super talented wrestler, one of the best in the world, if not the best. But yeah. So I missed a few comments. Let me go up. And now it's finished. Yep. Why would they not? Yep. Todd, I know you're a big AW guy. Me too. Shotzi got Ronda's armbar. Ouch. Still better than Kevin Dunn. Yeah, I'm not a fan, personally. Oh, parents live here. Oh, I see. Fair enough. That was Howdy's face transitioning to Sami Zayn. Really? Oh, no, I didn't see that, but don't you dare tell me they're putting Howdy into the Sami Zayn story. Oh, I think Dom's probably fast asleep, but if he sees that, he's going to lose his mind. I don't know how I feel about that. If that's true, let's see what happens. That is a hell of a change, if that's true. I'll be very angry. I'm trusting them with whatever they do at this moment in time. I'm keeping the faith. Misfit say, I think it's funny Meltzer thinks that if Sammy loses tomorrow, the ratings will tank. Is that what he said? Nah. There'll be a bunch of annoyed people who are cheering for Sami Zayn, but that's the way this game is played. I don't think it's Sammy's time. Yeah, that's just me. I'm not so sure it is. I think, I actually booked it beautifully on our stream last night. So go watch the last 10 minutes of our stream last night to see me fantasy book the next year of WWE with Sami Zayn and stuff like that. They dared me, Dan and Dom, to do it. They were like, right, beat our predictions. And then I bloody well did. So yeah, go and have a look at that. I can't remember the old thing, but I was quite proud of it. They did good putting Ronda Rousey in it. Yeah. Yeah, totally. They're a good partnership. Oh, getting some Jack origin story. I studied the film and TV production in York. I was better than Kevin Dunn. See, I think Kevin Dunn, I think if he, if he was to go, they might fit, they might struggle because I think that he's been there for so long. I don't know. I'm not a fan of some of the stories that have come out backstage about him and stuff like that. He doesn't sound like the easiest person to work with. I love that you picked Theory to lose, Sam. Yeah, I kind of did that because we were to put the cat amongst the pigeons because we were all picking the same stuff and getting on too well. So I thought I'll throw a curveball in there and make it more entertaining. But obviously, I agree with the other two on that front. The idea was it's just the Seth Rollins thing. Seth being in there has thrown me a bit. I'm like, why is he in there? But they did explain it well. But yeah, I think Theory retains. But I can just it's such a WWE thing to do for Seth to walk out before Mania with the belt. But I hope they don't. I hope I'm wrong. I often hope I'm wrong. I'm not though. No, I will be tomorrow. But I think I've called it with the Sami Zayn stuff. I reckon I've nailed that. We'll see. Obviously, the boys agreed as well, but I went a little bit further. I'm just putting over my own booking, fantasy booking. What's going on now? I'll remember to do the banner this time. Usos and Sami and KO locked in for Mania as of yesterday. Oh, so is that right? Because that's a colossal spoiler for tomorrow night. Interesting. I didn't hear that today. Is that happened today or as of yesterday? I need to go and double check some of my sources, which I do have. Can we call the hotel bar the Arm Bar? Are you excited that we're going to WrestleMania, Jack? we certainly can. I see no reason why not. Oh, we're getting some. Oh no, it's a flashback. Oh, they're retelling the Sami Zayn story, aren't they? Well, it's heartbreaking a bit, this. So many people like the Jackass stuff in WWE. I'm just not a fan. Have I just got no joy? Is that what it is? I'm just not into that. I think Jackass is funny. During the Attitude Era, it kind of makes sense to put them both together because it was like the Jackass time, wasn't it? Where now I'm. Come on, guys. You're all in like your 50s and stuff. Maybe stop getting in shopping trolleys and driving into things. Okay, so do we need to do a total recap of all this now? I actually think we do, Todd. Yeah. Because if you're just tuning in and you don't know this story and you don't know why tomorrow, I can see why they're doing it. And it has been, let's be honest, it has been one of the best stories WWE have done in years. It just has been. There have been singular moments that have been better or that have been superb, but from a long-term booking, this has been just mwah. I love it. Sami winning the tag titles with his best friend, possibly the main event of night one. Not a step down. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think it's. I don't think they are going to do that in the main event. I don't know what they're going to do. I've got no knowledge there, but yeah, I don't think it. Again, like I said last night, I don't think this story needs Sami to hold a title to keep being good. So I'll disagree with Meltzer. I think this story is still good regardless what happens tomorrow night. Like, you know, if Sami wins, oh my God, wow. If he doesn't, it changes nothing. This is still a good story. I'll say some of what I said last night. So Sami's still only just turned face. I know the crowd have been wanting it for ages, but he's still got a redemption road to walk. He's still got to make up for the bad things he did as a member of the bloodline. He's still got to go back. He's got to go back to being the underdog from the underground. But with what he's learned, it's. I think Cody it's all about the title. It's all about winning the title. His dad didn't win. So I get why that story needs the title. If Cody doesn't win it, it'd just be like, ugh. But Sami, there's a lot of stories still to be told here with Sami and the Usos and Roman and various other things. And in some capacity, this will go beyond Mania. Even if Roman's no longer holding those belts, doesn't mean this story is completely done. There's still some road to travel until this is done. So I missed a few comments. Let me have a look. Yeah. You're right, Taylor. It's for last minute watchers. It's for the casual audience who missed a few weeks. That's what it is. Who aren't like you and I, who stay up till God knows how long. See, this is good. Didn't I say last week on stream? Oh. Is it Bray? Is Bray interrupting Hit Row? Uncle Howdy and somebody else. Oh, it's Bray. What the hell? So Bray and Uncle Howdy are boys now. Sorry, I'm just fascinated. What? I don't know if I'm for this or against it. I don't know. What is going on? I thought the whole point of this was Howdy was kind of trying to torture Bray. Is Bray playing ball with Howdy? Is that what's going on? I'll just finish my point before I was rudely interrupted by Bray Wyatt. I did say last week that if they want to get Hit Row over, they need to put B-Fab on the mic a lot more and just have her cut some Healy promos. That's what we all want to see. At least that's what I want to see. Bray's talking. Montreal are chanting "Thank you, Bray," for getting rid of Hit Row. But he is a baby face. I'm not gonna lie. I think they're just letting this do whatever until the Bloodline story shifts and they can make this the number one priority. Yeah, I don't know. I think they've got. I don't think they're trying to hotshot this out the way, that out the way for this. Is that what he did? Oh, I had it on quite quiet. You see, I should really have it in my earbud, but yeah, what is going on with Bray at WrestleMania? Because the assumption has just been he's facing Uncle Howdy, who's just now just become some kind of weird tag team partner for him. I thought the whole point was Howdy was torturing Bray and blah blah blah. So what happens then? Like, I'm confused. I'm very confused. I don't want to admit that the Bray Wyatt stuff has fallen off the rails, you know, because I've had so much faith in it. Okay, that was cool, but did that move the story at all? No, but it's tantalized me. I'm now like, ooh, what now? Where after the lights out, not the lights out, the bloody, what's it called? Mountain Dew match. I've, which I thought was an awesome spectacle, just a crap match. Awesome spectacle. Bray looked like Jason Voorhees. It was amazing in a way, if you think about it. Nobody can say it was a good match because it wasn't, but it was a hell of a thing to witness. But since that, I've been like, now what do they do? So yeah, I don't know. Pitch black, that's it, Todd. Yeah. Bray versus Brock or Bobby is interesting. Yeah, it is. The question is why? I want to like. Are they going to do that at Mania? Because at Mania, I've always had it in my head that something's going to happen tomorrow night to screw up. Maybe Bray's going to interfere and mess up the match tomorrow night. Yeah, Hurt Business versus Wyatt 6. Yeah. What's going on with this Wyatt 6? Are they doing anything with that, or is it just represent all Bray's personalities? That yawn has been coming for about 5 minutes. Right. Taylor saying, I have faith, but I think we're in a weird period where, yeah, maybe. We haven't got a match yet, Hassan. When we do, promise, I'll give you that poll. But we're just recuperating from the Bray Wyatt craziness. What if Roman Reigns? Roman Rhodes? Oh, is this a CM Punk reference, Jack? That confused the hell out of me. um, is this the match that we get between? Yeah, see, I had it in my head that Howdy was going to completely mess with Bray until we got the Fiend versus Howdy, which obviously unmasks as Bo Dallas. And then something will go wrong tomorrow night, and we end up getting Brock and Lashley maybe in a cage or something at Mania, or in Hell in a Cell at Mania. You know what I mean? Like something like that. That's what I've always kind of thought they were going to do, but maybe not. Well, the issue, I suppose, is it takes a match off the card if they're putting them guys together. I don't know, though. I don't think it'll be terrible. I think Brock versus Bray Wyatt, on the Fiend Bray Wyatt, is something I've wanted to see for ages. I think you're right, Jack. I think we are going to see a Montreal Screwjob tomorrow. They can't resist, can they? Like referencing that all the time. So we are going to get that referenced so much tomorrow. Todd's asking, do we still think? Yeah, because I'm fairly sure it is. The question is what they're going to do with the kayfabe of it, or how storyline connected is it going to be? But yeah, that's Bo Dallas wearing that mask. At least it has been at some point. If we're getting Brock versus Bray, I'm curious as to why Brock said no to May at 32 in 2016. Different world, mate. Different world. Because in 2016, no, it wasn't. Bray is a bigger star now, a much bigger attraction, I think, than he was. Like, yeah, it was the whole Wyatt family stuff was at its peak then, but things have changed now. And ultimately, he's got to do as he's told, doesn't he? He's not holding the title anymore. Brock needs something to do to stay relevant. He can't. We've seen Roman versus Brock. They can't just keep doing that. So, GTS to Cody and Roman Reigns, I'd love it. Well, I'm not going to lie, Jack. He's still under contract to AEW. He won't be turning up at Mania. Not CM Punk anyway. There's a lot of road until CM Punk is a free agent, and I think the certain people are going to get over themselves, and Punk will come back to AEW. And if Kenny Omega leaves AEW and goes to WWE, then that massively paves the way for Punk to come back. You know, the Young Bucks are down a powerful ally if that happens. And to be fair, they might all agree to do business. So they might all, you know, put their egos aside and I don't want to say act like men because that suggests, you know, but adults. Maybe they can all act like adults. Is Madcap Moss? Yeah, grown-ups is what they all need to be. I want Cody as champ, but I'd love Punk back. My genuine, honest view is nothing's changed in WWE. Like Vince is technically still there in his own way. Like I think Punk should have another crack at AEW, the place where he's signed to, not leave, come to terms with them in the best possible way, stick around, everyone do business together. That's what I reckon. Montreal hated Hit Row. Oh, who it is. There's a lot of opportunity for AEW, WWE with Cody coming back. Yeah, I agree. Let's be honest. AEW, I feel, have struggled to fill that void of Cody and Punk leaving, somewhat anyway. So Duchess Genesis Alberra, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, says, hello, up at 1:40 a.m. in the UK watching SmackDown. Yeah, me too. Every Friday. Okay. Dakota is saying WWE tomorrow, Saturday, February 18th. Certainly is. Oh, here's Drew. Go on, Drew. I tell you what, Drew's match against Roman Reigns at Clash at the Castle live, obviously when I was there in the crowd, and as well, Gunther versus Sheamus reminded me how much I love wrestling again, because I like it. It was so different to watching on TV, where you might know the result or whatever it may be. Yes, Hassan, you're correct. You are correct, mate. You'll get a vote now. Hang on, let's do that for you. And Taylor's saying, aren't AW losing viewers? Yeah, they are. But they often have a spike at big pay-per-views, then it goes down again. It's nothing necessarily to worry about. And the same thing happens to WWE. But the I don't know if wrestling isn't what it used to be. So it grows and it stops. But I don't know. Right. Okay, Hassan. Let's do this vote for you, mate. So first of all, let's see what happened at the other one. Right, so Ronda and Shayna only won by 55%. What is going on? Have you all been drinking? Right, so let's do a new one. Let's kill the last ball. 55%. Right, okay, so who wins? I'm glad you're here, Tom, because you reminded me. Without Sassy, I fall apart, mate. So who wins? Viking Raiders. Stupidest name ever. Versus Sheamus. It once spelled incorrectly on Soundsphere. And Drew. Awesome. All is up. Let's do the banner. So the banner, same again. Let's put the ticker on because I've not used it. There you go. So it's all changed when Ant's been on doing AW because we used the same thing. So on now, Viking Raiders. That'll do. And we'll make it a ticker. There we are. Right, comments. I've missed out on a bunch of comments. Yep, Todd saying to Duchess, welcome to the show, of course. Internet being weird. Yeah, me too, Jack. Must be a UK thing. Banger Bros versus War Machine. You can't. No one tells Pat McAfee what to do they? Because he's still calling them Banger Brothers, and it's like, stop saying it, Pat. It means something else. I've been married way too long to know what it means. Damn right it is, Todd. Got me. It's my wrestling beer, Bud Light. I'm like Mance Warner. I've got to have my light beers. My kitten is sleeping on me. Oh, mate, I had 2 dogs and 2 cats sleeping on me before. It was great. I sometimes wake up like that as well. I've got Jess there. I've got Loki there. Finley there. Archie and Dexter there. It's like... Okay, Sam, who wins this and why? Well, okay, either the Viking Raiders win by shenanigans or Drew and Sheamus beat the living snot out of them and go on to do something at Elimination Chamber, or they don't. That's all I've got. I'm sorry. And I have my coffee. Yeah, I've had a load of energy drinks, so I think caffeine plus alcohol should keep me buzzed, and then I'll crash when this is all over and we wrap up. Speaking of Pat returning again tomorrow, I sincerely hope so, Taylor. I sincerely do. Todd wants to know what kind of coffee you've got. Make it a good one. I'll try and find us Broken Skull IPA in LA. Yes, mate. Yes. I agree. So, Jack, when we're in Los Angeles, mate, and with the other hosts, we'll if we can get some Stone Cold Steve Austin beer, bring it to the room, and if we do a watch party for Ring of Honor, that'd be awesome. Because obviously we'd love to go and see Ring of Honor, but we will be in the building watching SmackDown while that happens. So we're gonna have to find another way to watch Supercard of Honor. My kitten's Salem. It's a good name, that, Jack. It's a good name for a cat. I think a certain teenage witch used the same name. It's Nescafe. See, guys, Jess got a velvetizer for Christmas, right? And I've just been using it to make coffee. I've just been using it to make nice, warm, frothy milk and then putting coffee and caramel stuff in it. So it's like a Starbucks. Like, yeah, it makes nice hot chocolates, but I'm thinking, as far as I'm concerned, it's a coffee maker. It's great. Misfits, what's a bigger Mania match, though? Brock versus Bray or Bobby versus Bray? And even bigger one is all three in a triple threat, presumably. Now I'll go to sleep once I hit my pillow. Yeah. Well, I have so much caffeine when I do this. I get in bed and I'm like, What are you on about? Stone Cold beer, what? It's your idea. Isn't that the Stone Cold beer, that IPA one, the Broken Skull beer? It's Stone Cold's beer, isn't it? Isn't that the whole reason we're drinking it? Because it's wrestling related. I saw on the votes live, mate. I've done it. Way ahead here. Way ahead here. Sounds nice. Well, Stone Cold beer, it's very nice. I've only had it a couple of times. It's hard to get in the UK. I think you can buy it online, can't you? Like, if it's just available like an off license or something in LA, that'd be awesome. We'll find it. I guarantee they're selling it, or they'll be selling it all over the place in LA because bloody WrestleMania's in town. So, well, there's a bunch of English guys on tour, so it's going to go down. Bray said he was challenging the winner of Brock versus Bobby. So, assuming Brock wins, it's Brock versus Bray, is it? Presumably. Gents, there's pickup of Stone Cold IPA and 18 minutes away from SoFi Stadium. Boom. There you go, Jack. That's what we'll do. We'll send Anne to go and charm them all and get it for us. Are they fighting RN or no? I don't know what you mean, Keith, but thank you for joining us. Jack, you are blagging my head. What are you on about, Stone Cold Lager? What? IPA. I think you've been drinking the Stone Cold Lager, mate. Brock versus Bray, I meant. Yeah, I thought you did. Oh, someone's texting me. Who's this? Taylor, you sending me links? What are you sending me this time? I dread to think. Last time I opened a link live on stream, it was an unspeakable horror that Ant had sent, so I'm not doing that again. You're back in the room, Jack. Good. I guess most 7-Elevens and Trader Joe's have it. I know what a 7-Eleven is. I've never been to a Trader Joe. I've been to Publix. But every time I looked at the sign, I just thought it said Publix, so it just made me laugh. Stone Cold Ale is just too sweet. That sounds quite good. Oh, Keith, yeah. So what's going on is the Viking Raiders are currently up against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. It's been all right so far. They've kind of changed. I'm not calling her Valhalla because it's ridiculous. Sarah Logan's look. So she looks less like Max the Impaler. I sent you the link to pick up Stone Cold IPA ahead of time for when you get to WrestleMania. I love that, Taylor. I love that. I'll tell the boys tomorrow and we'll do that. Because it's... I might have some journalistic duties when we're there. I don't know yet. We're kind of going as fans, but obviously, we do all this stuff for a living. So we want to do, and because we're launching WrestleSphere next week, we'd be stupid not to do a couple of things. So we'll be doing a couple of things. But we're mostly going to have fun as fans. Is this your Uncle Howdy, Taylor? Taxler. Stone Cold Beer Truck. I still remember that well. That's probably because every other episode of Raw, they show the clip again. They can't leave it alone. What is it with these Raw reunion shows when all they ever do is sit around and play cards? It's like, oh, this is the bit. They're going to show the beer truck and they're going to sit around and play cards. I've seen it, WWE. Just show me something new. They're fighting right now, though. Yes, it's live, mate. Yeah. Hashtag SmackDown Live. Obviously, it's 10 to 2 in the UK, but in America, it's about... Who's on that coast in America? Tell me what time it is. What, 8 p.m., 9 p.m.? Todd, aren't you that neck of the woods? Richard saying, ain't it Stone Cold beer? I have no idea, mate. All I know, it's beer. It's got a skull on it, and it's associated with Stone Cold, and I'm going to drink an absolute metric ton of it when we're in WrestleMania. She's named after the latest Assassin's Creed. What, Salem? Is there a character in Assassin's Creed called Salem? I don't remember that. I'm a bit behind, though, with Assassin's Creed. The Deserto job, like my backlog of games, I actually thought when I became a video game journalist that I get to play loads of games, and I do, but my backlog has just grown to the point where I'm 35 and I haven't got enough years left on this planet to go through it. It's that simple now. So, although I'm playing through something very exciting at the moment, and I wish I could talk about it, but I can't because I get battered. But wow, I'm so excited. Something I've got downloaded on my PS5 right now. But yeah, I'll be spending some time. Oh, I see. You mean, Sarah Logan's name is after Assassin's Creed. I just presumed it's after Valhalla, as in the Norse afterlife. And if you're making Viking media, they either name it Valhalla or they name it Ragnarok. Let's be honest, if it's Viking media, they either they subtitle it with Valhalla or Ragnarok. It's always one of those two things. To be fair, Taylor, you could just look and see what it is, but I've said too much already, so I'm not going to say it. I just love my job. Although I don't know if it's a private chat between me and some of the boys, some of the guys involved. I said boys. Plenty of girls in that chat too. Lashley responded to Bray, once I put Brock to bed tomorrow, you get your wish, creep. That's a good response from Lashley. See, I'd love to see that match. I'd watch all three of those guys wrestle each other all day long because I love all three of them. Yeah, I think it's in one of the private things we got, so you probably can. But if you look at the slate of things coming out in the next few weeks, it's not. And consider what my specialities are. It's easy to work out. However, we're here to talk about wrestling, not me being excited because of what I get to play a little bit early. And because of work. I am Todd. In fact, mate, I'm so correct with my Viking views. Jess and I've done it before, but we're going on a Norwegian cruise in August. And we're going to go to, not Stavanger, not Bergen. What's it called? Where they've got the Harold Finehair monument and all of that. Super looking forward to that. I've done it before, but Jess hasn't. So we're going to go and see some Viking stuff. But yeah, it's true, isn't it? If Norse, if themes are involved, they always subtitle it with either Valhalla or Ragnarok to the point where it's getting boring. And I love Viking media or anything Norse. WWE didn't bother tagging Brock's Twitter in the Bray tweet. Yes, Salem's named for the cat in Sabrina. Also, the bloke who voiced him did Wrestling Secret reveal in that yet. Didn't know that. Some crowd members chant "Fight Forever" at Drew McIntyre, and I cannot blame them. Yeah, he's awesome, isn't he, Drew? I can't let's be like, my wife went to Clash at the Castle because she loves me and to make me happy. But she even got into that match so much. She proper got into it. Like, she's a wrestling fan, not like I am. Like, I'm ridiculous. She's a casual. But even she, like, every false finish, every near fall, she really got into it as well. So it was nice to see. By the way, it's a few minutes before 9 p.m. in New York. Right, you're the other side of the country then, aren't you, Todd? I suppose. I got Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Yeah, me too. I don't know if we hit the algorithm tonight. I think we're getting more people. Taylor, is that you? There's a new Taylor. Your picture has changed. See, I'm a bit worried about this Sheamus and Drew pairing. If the rumours of what's going on at Mania are true, and the rumour is it's Drew versus Sheamus versus Gunther, and if that's the case, are Drew and Sheamus going to turn on one another at some point? Like, it is wrestling. That's what generally happens. Shouting "Fight Forever" because they're desperate for the game. I knew you were going to say that. They were asking me about that, actually, on the stream last night, and I said, I don't know. I said, as soon as there's something reportable, I'll tell you. Hassan, you've asked me 3 times. We've got a poll. It's happening right now. You just told me you voted in it. Hang on. You just told me saying I got McIntyre versus Sheamus, which means you've seen the poll and voted in it. 30 seconds later, you're asking for another poll. Earlier, you were on about York and me having fond memories of York Viking Centre when you were on about Vikings. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, let's be honest. York is such an awesome city, and it has such a massive history because it was. I think the Saxons called it Etherwich, didn't they? Basically, just means. It was the place, the name of the place in Old English, and York is evolved from Jorvik, hasn't it? But it was. It was the capital of Daneland for a very, 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 very long time until Alfred the Great's grandsons. It was his grandson, Athelstan. I know my history, mate. It was Athelstan finally took the north and united England as England. And that, I think, that is when. But I think York just kind of kept the Jorvik name. I think the name Etherwich didn't catch on. But yeah, Jack saying it was the capital of the North, and in many ways it still is. And let's not forget, fast forward a few centuries to the Yorkists versus the Lancastrians. You know, it was still considered a prominent city then. And our American cousins, when they went over to the United States, one of the first cities they built, they called New York. So there you go, history lesson with Sam. Welcome to History Time with Sam. You can tell what I studied in college before journalism, can't you? Taylor, I'm just not used to your new image, mate. I can see only see the back of your head and some creepy fiend red light, like the fiend red light that comes on. Did the Vikings really use something called sunstones in their navigation? Yes, I believe they did. They certainly used stones. In fact, it was some of the methods they learnt from travellers that enabled them to actually go to England for the first time and attack them, because they'd only heard rumours about the monasteries they could attack and what was there that they could take. And that they kind of used these new navigational methods to cross the sea from Scandinavia. they landed in the north of England, in the northeast, on the Holy Island, which is a great place to visit. Again, I'm not a religious man, but what an amazing history! What an amazing place. But yeah, that's why they landed there and how they discovered it, and that. Well, the amount of history from that is unreal. So Fight Forever. With Jack's talking about Fight Forever here. I know it's aimed for Q2 of 2023, but that's literally it. That's what I'm hearing, Jack, and it probably is. So New York was New Amsterdam. Oh, is that right? Didn't know that. This is producer Taylor. A new avenue I'm exploring. Or still being a junior editor. Oh, fair enough. And the temporary capital is renamed New York because of the son of the Duke of York. Wow, that makes sense. I see. New York was so nice, they named it New York, New York. Have you ever been to Old York, though, Todd? Now, that is a nice city. Not quite as big, but it's a lovely city. Hot crowd in Montreal, not surprised. And they don't like hit row. Richard saying, two of my favourite places, York and Whitby. Ooh, good choices. I'll tell you, Matt, York is, believe it or not, guys, I had my stag night in York, or my bachelor party in York. It was awesome. It was quite civilized, but we drank the town dry. It was lovely. My other favourite place in the world, where I intend to die and retire, not in that order, is the Lake District, because I spent a lot of my time there as a child, and I absolutely love it there, particularly around Bowness, Ambleside, places like that. So I'm forgetting we're here to talk about wrestling, but let's be honest, this episode of SmackDown has been 90% recapping the Usos, Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns story. Yay, Drew and Sheamus won. I did my master's in USA history and politics. Oh, that's awesome. So you only had 200 years of it to know, rather than the 2,000 odd we've got. I'm poking fun at you, America. I love you, really. Your history is our history as well, of course. So we needed it. Game night on WWE 2K. So yeah, and we're also got some ideas for a whole 2K game night as well at some point. Best thing about Whitby, well, fish and chips, and all the cool vampire stories that they have, and the whale bones that you can walk through. These videos are doing for Sammy what they did for Drew before Clash. Yeah, you're right there, Misfit. Yeah, they proper made a big deal, didn't they, out of Drew before Clash? Even though, he's from Scotland, an entirely different country, still a member of the UK, but people were acting like Wales, Cardiff is in Scotland. There's no. Anyway, it's not even in England. They're all different countries under one political union. Anyway. Yes, congratulations to the Duchess on her peerage. Is it a family inherited peerage or one you bought with a big house? You let us know. Based on that alone, he's not winning tomorrow. Well, if this was Vince McMahon's WWE, which it still sort of is, that would certainly be the case. Drew didn't win, did he? But I don't think it makes sense for him to win. It'd send the crowd home happy, but isn't storytelling before Mania a better idea? Just saying. I guess Drew's over in Wales if Brett was always king of in Canada. Yeah, but at least he's from the actual country. You know what I mean? Oh, here's the new and improved Asuka. Not so sure I'm into the Obo match. Mask, can't talk. She's amazing. I'm in love. To be fair though, Taylor, is anybody paying any attention to the brand split anymore? Because I can't keep track of it. I lost that about a year ago. Anyone could be anywhere now, can't they? I suppose. Triple H did book Drew to lose at Clash. Yeah, it made sense too. Like, I'm fine with Roman losing the title now. I did. Part of me didn't want him to, even at Clash, and I was cheering Drew so hard that I lost my voice. But God, I'm going to lose my voice at Mania, aren't I? Oh no. But it was the right decision because look at what they've done. I like long, dominant title reigns. That is what I like. I hate it when they hot potato titles. It drives me insane. I brought Plush is a name that suits me pretty much. Fair enough. Duchess, the type of name that my mum would give a fluffy dog. Just saying. Like in Archer. No, I'm not bad. I'd love just to merge the rosters. Well, they sort of have, haven't they? Like, it makes sense for them to have like the regular guys on Raw and the regular guys on SmackDown. I'm cool with that. But like, if somebody, for storyline's sake, needs to go over to the other brand, they should be able to, I think. Do you remember when they were doing that? Wow, what was it? What the hell was it? They were doing that gimmick where the wild card, was it the wild card gimmick? And it was just the absolute worst. And they kept on changing the rules every week. Like, it was cool to see people turn up, but it was like, dude, like, what is even the point of the brand split now? The worst. Yes, Hassan, you may. It's Asuka versus Liv Morgan. So you're right now. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see how the first poll ended. Huh? Sheamus and McIntyre got 80%. Dominant. So let's kill the original poll, which I say every time. Very much hoping Asuka wins this. There we go. We have a poll, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll do the banner as well. You never know when Dom's going to come on and see I'm not doing it and tell me off. You've got a job to do. Okay, so he wouldn't do that. Totally come on. He wouldn't be mean to me. Just live more. And show. If Roman keeps the Universal belt at Mania Night 2, it's 94 days. Hang on, what? Is it? Hasn't he held the Universal title for like 3 years or something, or two? And he's held the WWE title for 365. I'm confused there, Jack, with those maths. Yeah, there you go. You've corrected it. You've corrected it there. 945. I got you. I must say that since Triple H took it over, I've got back into it. Do you know what? Me too. Like me too. I think WWE for the most part has been really good since Triple H took over. Couple of things. I was dead excited around Clash at the Castle time, Extreme Rules time. Couple of things have got me worried now, but yeah, it's still I haven't got many complaints. I want this Bray Wyatt thing to work. I really want that, and I really want the Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns story to have a really cool conclusion. Just a good one. I'm tempted to get tea and biscuits. Oh, that sounds divine. Wish I had some biscuits. I've got beer. That's it. I've got no food in it all, like none. I need to go get some tomorrow. Santos Escobar's not very happy. I think Diva Dom wins. Diva Dom nearly made an appearance last night. I was trying to coax him out. Let's text Dom. Oh my God, Dolph Ziggler is world champ. Or what about if Dolph Ziggler is Uncle Howdy? Nah, to be fair, I don't want to wake up Dom because he's probably fast asleep. And I think, yeah, he's got a flight at 4 a.m. He's got a flight in 2 hours. So I don't think he'd appreciate that. I bet he's awake actually now. I bet he's just getting all this stuff together. Is Santos becoming a babyface? Yeah, we did some cool last night. Our predictions for Elimination Chamber kind of evolved into predictions for Mania as well. It was interesting. I'm just gonna take a quick break, guys, for a couple of minutes just to go and get another drink. I shall just be a moment. I'm gonna figure out how to do it. Hang on. There it is. 3, 2, 1. I'm back. Thank you for waiting. Seriously, like, quick complaint about Karrion Kross. I mean, what happened to the bald badass who with a devastatingly attractive wife who would put down hourglasses in front of people and go tick-tock before I'm coming for you? Now we've got a guy cosplaying as a bloody World War II pilot. Like, what is going on? How hard is it? Just book him as a badass. I don't want to hear him talk. I want to see him batter people. I want to see him go after championships. Why is he messing around chasing Rey Mysterio for no reason? What is... Ugh. I know Rey Mysterio is fantastic, of course. Oh, spoke to him very briefly at Clash at the Castle. That was fun. Roman Reigns title, Reigns, yeah. Yeah, so 901 days for... I think it's the other way around, Taylor, that. Because he got the Universal first and he took the WWE Championship off Brock at Mania. So I think if you switch them two around... More subs? What do you mean? What, on here? That'd be good. Asuka's gonna kill you. She's so good. Look at it. Have we ever had Asuka versus Ronda Rousey in a singles match? I think we have, haven't we? It's rough at the chip shop up the road. A fish got battered. That was a bit of a random old school dad joke from Jack there. Oh. Yeah, Carmella, probably not wise to get in the face of Raquel. She will murder you. I'm never wrong, Taylor. Apart from them, I got your name wrong. I am tired. Yeah, try doing this, mate. Who's been giving Nikki Cross numbers? I need tea. Well, go get tea. You silly sausage. The only thing is, in 45 minutes, you'll be lying staring at the ceiling in bed like, shouldn't have had that tea, man. This is why I drink beer, because it buzzes me, and then I can fall asleep later. Although there's no bloody way am I drinking beer tomorrow night doing this, because I'll get up at 2 a.m. I'm going to have a sleep, get up at 2 a.m. and I'll be like zombie me on the Elimination Chamber stream, which I'll probably make a bit of a gimmick out of for comedy value. Get laughed at by Dom and Dan. Then I'm going to go over to New Japan and wait for them. I'm actually quite excited for New Japan because we might see the final Jey White match. Do not let us get anywhere near Ronda. Do you not think it'd be a good match, though? If they're like a proper pay-per-view one, you know? Montreal is confused who to cheer for. Both Asuka and Liv are baby faces. Yeah, but both tweeners as well, aren't they? So it's a weird one. They're doing a will they, won't they thing, aren't they, with them both? I think Asuka's turning, though. I think Asuka's turning because they'll want her to be the heel against Bianca Belair, won't they? Maybe, at least. We've only ever actually had Asuka in a Royal Rumble. Not a one-on-one. No, okay. Remember when Asuka won the Royal Rumble? That was awesome. God, they wasted a streak there, didn't they? No disrespect to Charlotte, but Asuka should have won that. I'm normally up to like 5 each day anyway. What? My brother's like that. I don't know how you do it. Kills me off. Could be a submission match, to be honest. They both do have an armbar, but maybe they'd also spin that. Bring back the banner move match. Oh no, I hate it when they do that. They do that in AW sometimes, don't they? When Moxley wasn't allowed to do his finisher. Oh, stupid gimmick. It sounds like I'm proper failing AEW. I'm a massive AEW fan. I don't know, every now and then they just do something that does my head in. But I've felt like that about WWE for nearly 30 years, so I suppose it's just natural at this point. And Impact. That's false. Asuka faces Becky at Rumble 19 and 20. No, I think he meant against Ronda. I could be wrong. One down. Number 2. If I can get through it. Asuka and Ronda have never actually touched. Oh, you said that so delicately. They've never battered each other. I don't want that second beer. I took that break for no reason. I did indeed meet against Ronda. So, we can all agree we've not seen a Ronda versus Asuka match. Is what I'm taking away from this. The Chamber, one more time. I actually love the Elimination Chamber. Asuka is very much in control. Has Liv Morgan on the floor. Ooh. 5.5 stars, WrestleSphere. I gave a game 5 out of 5 stars this week. It was Octopath Traveler 2. Go and read my review at dixerto.co.uk. No, .com, sorry. I had a look on Metacritic, and my review is like at the top because I gave it like a perfect score. It's an amazing game. That's why. Yeah, Nikki Cross just appeared. Yeah, I kind of like it that they've gone back to a crazy gimmick though, because the whole superhero thing was the absolute worst. So glad she isn't Nikki Ash anymore. Asuka's terrifying at the moment. No, we can talk about Octopath Traveler too. In terms of like future reviews, to be fair, there's like I've got about 4 in the pipeline presently. Well, 2 to write this week, I think. Which is my favourite thing to do. I'm so happy Triple H reverted Nikki back to the character that got over her in NXT. Yeah, and I did kind of like that she had a face-to-face with Asuka on Raw. If we remember, like they both had, it wasn't a brilliant match, but it was a memorable one. Nikki and Asuka like just beat the snot out of each other in a backstage brawl for ages, like a half an hour match on NXT at one point. So that was almost a cool throwback. I had to turn off the sound. Carmel's ruining this for me. Then she's doing a good job, Todd. Asuka versus Nikki Cross, last woman standing. It's still my favorite women's match in WWE. Was that it? Yeah. Was that the NXT one I was talking about, Misfit? Bring me back Killian Dane as Nikki's henchman, please. Yeah, he's working the UK scene, isn't he, at the moment? Carmella is quite annoying. She's a second generation wrestler, though, isn't she, Carmella? I don't think her dad was anybody like massive, but he was somebody. Oh, she hit Asuka. Well, that's gonna get you killed. Go on, Matty. Oh, it's broken down. They're all hitting each other. Anyone would think they're in an elimination chamber match. I don't get this. Why are they attacking each other? Glad too they let Piper Niven drop the Doudrop persona. It was god awful. What were they thinking? Is Raquel going to attack? Nope, other way around. Oh, blimey. Asuka's back versus Liv. Nikki Cross, the only person in NXT that ever came close to beating Asuka during the streak. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why it was memorable, I think. And they proper went for it. It was really good. Do you remember when NXT was like that? Do you remember that NXT? I guess this was one way to factor in the WWE Championship. Yeah, that's it, innit? That's why they do this. They always have these big schmozzes, don't they, before a multi-person match, where they all have to attack each other. Paul Van Dale as Carmella for Carmella's first generation. Yes, that's who it is. Yes. Glad you're here. Carmella's dad is Duke the Dumpster Cross. Oh, are they the same person? Paul Van Dale and Duke the Dumpster Cross. Now I'm super confuzzled. Oh, it's Gunther. Can we not just go back to calling him Walter, please? I would have been okay with Nikki ending Asuka's streak. See, I liked that it went over into the main roster. I don't think the casual audience would have known how special it was on the main roster. And they gave it away at Mania to Charlotte, who just didn't need it. Like, if you're going to give someone a streak, make it... I think they should have kept it going until the next Mania. Make it into something, a big deal, and and then do it, then end it. Yeah, I don't know. Turn Asuka into this absolute killer nobody can take down. It's too early in the morning for me to know the answer to such a question, Taylor. Wikipedia knows the answer more than me. Oh, I see. So I'm glad you guys are here. You can, Hassan. You can indeed. Let's have a look at the last one. Yeah, that popped me as well. Right, okay. Let's do the poll. Poll. 89% went for Asuka. That's amazing. I think we were all thinking, who went for Liv Morgan? Start a poll. How could have got an ad break? Buys me a bit of time. Hang on, who is it? I've got Gunther. Remind me, who's it? Who's Gunther facing? I've got it on my phone, don't I? Hang on. Unless one of you guys can beat me to it. Oh, of course, it's versus Madcap in it. I think we all know who wins this. If Madcap wins, I riot. Banner. Gunther. Gunther, stupidest name ever. Gunther's the guy who gets you coffee in the 90s. Exactly, and Goldberg's as well. I know they were massaging the numbers on Goldberg's, but I mean, they just frittered it away. Like they haven't had like a killer like that in the women's division in forever. And like I like the whole Charlotte was ready for Asuka thing. That was pretty cool, but they didn't. Charlotte didn't need that win. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of that. I remember watching that and just going, "What?" Disappointing. But let's be honest, Vince has only ever seen Asuka as a caricature. He's only ever made her just like scream a load of words in Japanese and run around rather than the absolute murderer she was in NXT. You know, like I think Triple H is trying to get her back to that silent, creepy killer thing. It's cool. Please do it. I'm going to grab tea. Do not have too much fun without me. I have no clue what biscuits I have, though. See, the fact that you've got an option of biscuits is just making me jealous. Madcap snowballs chance in hell. Good luck, Madcap. Tell me what the lights look like. Yeah. I have a feeling Madcap is about to get a very red chest. Tony Khan just took a dump on Ariel Helwani on Twitter for no reason. Well, Tony Khan and Ariel, if you're both into that, lads, you're both consenting adults. Knock yourselves out. No, I know what you mean. People can be petty sometimes. Is he mad that he's appeared on WWE? Isn't he a journalist? I mean, you're not meant to have allegiance to one promotion. You're meant to, you can pop up and cover stuff. No big deal. It's like you'll hear me say my opinions here because I can, because I'm here as just me. But you're never going to see like if I'm reporting news on WrestleSphere, I'm not going to inject my opinion into that because it doesn't matter. Yeah, like we can write opinion pieces and we can write features where we examine stuff, but it's got to be evidence based. I think it's got to be. It's okay coming to a conclusion and drawing a and your opinion factoring into that. After all, the journalists are all human beings, but yeah, you've got to be as detached as you can. But as we've examined before, wrestling journalism can be sometimes just as toxic as the community, or as tribal. We're not going to do that on WrestleSphere though, because everybody working there is loves wrestling in general and has wants the entire industry to succeed. So if AEW or WWE do something stupid, we'll point it out. If they do something well, we'll point it out. Like I know me specifically, I think Dom and Dan as well. We want the whole industry to succeed because a rising tide lifts all ships. If WWE is massive, then it stands to reason that wrestling is massive. If AEW does well, it puts WWE on their toes. If TNA Impact do well, same thing. All of a sudden, we've got a third company. It's hard to count Ring of Honor anymore because they're owned by Tony Khan, but they're a sister promotion. They're not just a part of AEW. So but you know what I mean. I want MLW to grow. I want New Japan to expand. NWA are doing well. I made a return. Thankfully, I didn't have to wait for the kettle. I got chocolate digestives. Yeah. Tony Khan watches WWE religiously and has since he was a child. It's wise to watch the competition and emulate them when they do something good and avoid their mistakes when they do something bad. Here we go. This should be good. Say what you want about Moss. He looks amazing and he can go. But he's in there with a savage. An absolute killer. Taylor, I've just seen the link you sent me on Twitter. Broken Skull IPA. Nice. We'll scope that out. Gunther could play the part of a drill and destroy soon. Marines exactly as he is. It's funny that Emma's already been relegated to Madcap's girlfriend or valet. Yeah, I know what you mean. Has she been relegated though, or is it just like the figure? Because they're a couple in real life, aren't they? So I think that's probably factored into it. They should find something for her to do. She probably doesn't mind. But it's okay to be a valet. It's okay as long as you get your own stuff as well. I think at this point she's just factoring into this story. But let's be honest. Apart from this match, he hasn't done much in months, has he, really? He had his Baron Corbin feud. That was all right. I didn't mind that. They turned him face, didn't they? Because he was getting over. Shall we see how this poll's getting on? Gunther 67%. Seriously? There are people who think Madcap's going to win. You vote any way you want. Also, WWE money, spending time with your partner, Impact money. Yeah, she's doing all right. Yeah, that's a good point. But you know they would be now. You know they would be. But Mia Yim's now in WWE, isn't she? Called Michin. Keith Lee is... I want to say Keith Lee is in AW, but we haven't seen him since they lost the tag team titles to Swerve. I don't get why everybody keeps messing up Keith Lee. I don't like... Do you remember when he was on the Indies? He was in Evolve and PWG, and he was just like, he was so hot. He was just such a commodity. Like him and Matt Riddle were like the next big things. Like Riddle's done pretty well, but my God. Yeah, I think right now she's both, isn't she? Sometimes it's Mia Yim, sometimes it's Michin. But the last time I remember, they called her Michin. So I think it's that. I'm sorry, I keep yawning. Oh. But you have to forgive me. It's 25-3. I'm doing this again tomorrow night. You're still with us, Duchess. Yeah, because look, I know Riddle. They booked Riddle as a stoner idiot. Not that I've got no problem with people who smoke cannabis, but like they've booked him as a stoner and an idiot, is what I'm saying. No, they've changed it since Triple H has been in charge a little bit. Apart from the whole, do you want to hit at my bong? Go. It's stupid. But I think like Riddle can go. Riddle's very good. And on the indies, what match he had in Evolve versus Austin Theory, which just battered him. It was amazing. Yeah, he was. Matt Riddle was a big deal on the indies before he went to a big deal in NXT. Another yawn. Oh my God, go away, yawn. I feel bad for her though, with AJ being hurt. Yeah, it's kind of derailed her a little bit, hasn't it? They could keep going though with her and the Good Brothers, couldn't they? Yeah, they vanished as well. Broserweight Riddle, and yeah. Keith Lee made a return. Oh, good. So Keith Lee came back tonight, did he? Thank God. Yeah, I didn't like the Riddle RKO thing until after Riddle got hurt. No, Randy got hurt. I think it was because then we saw some fire from Riddle, didn't we? You know, who was he attacking? Was it Seth Rollins he was going after? Can't even remember. I hated the whole Randy thing, though. Behave. Oh, so Good Brothers have it in their contracts. If creative has nothing for them, they don't need to be there. Well, that's cool. Well, they're still getting paid. It's not about getting paid, though, is it, to most wrestlers? It's about job satisfaction and being booked well. I get that completely. I see it's a championship on the line. Let's be honest. We want to see Gunther defend this at Mania, don't we? Not Madcap. You're number 6. I've got no problem with Madcap. I just think Gunther is a star. Ooh. There's some fantasy booking. Maybe a certain switchblade can help his fellow Bullet Club stablemate Mia Yim. See, I've got horrible feeling, Misfit, that since he lost that match against Hikuleo, who obviously is no longer in Bullet Club, but I think Jay White might finally succumb to the Bullet Club curse at Battle in the Valley. What I mean by that is the current members turn on him and a new leader is selected. Maybe Evil. Evil has had tension with Jay White before and has had his eye on the prize. And it'd be cool if Bullet Club got its first Japanese leader. You know, no longer the Gaijins stable. Is this the main event? I think it is because it's a title match. So unless they're putting something on with the ladies. I had my doubts about the Riddle Orton partnership, but it worked out. Yeah, it did. Yeah, me too. I wasn't into it until it went away, and I was like, oh. Well, say what you want about Riddle. He'll be headlining Mania one day with somebody like Austin Theory. It's gonna happen. I was kind of like, it made Riddle a superstar version of Shaggy on Scooby Doo. Oh, no one wants that, do they? Do you know what I want them to book Riddle like? Like they did on the independent scene. They booked Riddle in WWN and Evolve like he was a shooter, a former UFC fighter who was just a bit of a goofy surfer dude in real life. But as soon as you get under his skin, he'll batter you. That's how they booked Riddle. He was still just as goofy and as silly as he is now, but he showed some fire when it counted, and people underestimated him based on that. I remember he had a match versus AR Fox, and Fox was out with the Skulk members, and they were dancing around, and then Riddle wanted to dance with them, and they were like, "Get away from us." Then they had a match, but it was only after the match did they let Riddle dance with them. And then Riddle beat the ever-loving snot out of Fox. But then they all danced together afterwards. So it was, so I think WWE needs to just get it right with him. They got it right with him on NXT. But I think with the scooter and the silly snake graphics, they messed him up a bit. Did the mad lad Triple H give it 30 minutes? I think maybe that and ad breaks. Should be Kent and not Evil. Yeah, maybe. I'm only proposing Evil because he has already started his own sub-faction within Bullet Club, hasn't he? And part of that was to stick it to Jay White, if I remember rightly. I forgot what they're called. But they're part of Bullet Club, but they might as well be a different stable, the way the announcers talk about them. Vince wanted Orton to work with Braun, and Orton was like, F that, give me Riddle. Braun has a place, doesn't he? Jack pushed through. You've been up since 6 a.m. Yeah, me too, mate. But not long. And this was right after the Fiend at 30s Mania 37. Oh no. God, that was a disaster, wasn't it? And it didn't need to be. Why was that such a disaster? 21 hours, Jack. Oh, mate. Tomorrow. Yeah, so something's going to happen after this. Oh, we're going to get some Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns stuff, aren't we? Surely. For the final 15 minutes of the show. 10 minutes counting ad breaks and stuff. Sami Zayn comes home. It's like I've got psychic powers. Do you remember at SummerSlam when he came out kicking off and angry, showing a lot of fire? Yeah, he went from that back to, do you want to hit my bong? Yeah, I think you're right. Because they've avoided using any theme music for Sami, haven't they, recently? They've had him come out in a hoodie and do like come out from the crowd and stuff like that. So they're deliberately not showing Sami's theme music, which is very interesting. Yeah, it'd be good to see a less goofy. Hear me, guys. My stream went a bit funny then. Yeah, he's still okay to be a little bit of a goofy Riddle. But lose the scooter, lose the ridiculous tight outfit, lose the birds flying at your ass. Oh, hang on, have they stopped doing that? Yeah, like, tone down the silliness and remind everyone that Matt Riddle fought in the UFC. That'd be cool. Yeah, I think they're going to do something. They should do something big now. They need to get people hyped for tomorrow, don't they? Although I'm pretty hyped for tomorrow. I think it's a pretty good card. Tob from now on. The Usos are allowed in Canada for this storyline, for those wondering. Yeah, we've heard the same thing. Give me the main roster broserweights again. Yeah. Well, he's in there with the brutes now, isn't he? The Brawling. I don't think they're changing that anytime soon. I really don't. What do you think, Tob? Here's the Elimination Chamber advert. One more time. God, do you remember the Punjabi prison match? Hell in a cell, but made of wood. I think I agree. Misfit. My internet's been a bit funny, guys. So if I disappear, that's what's going on, but I'll come back. The Habs. Come again. Ooh, Gunther only got 50% there. We've got some wild cards in these polls tonight. Guys, I'm going to kill my other YouTube thing for the polls. I don't think we're getting any more matches just to try and speed up my internet because it's having a moment. There we go. Because I need to have another YouTube open to do polls. Oh, getting a Firefly Funhouse next week on SmackDown. Hang on, wasn't that supposed to be a one-off? I don't mind, I suppose. Oh, I know they need to stop with this. Both guys. I don't understand why Cross is stalking Rey. I thought you were going after the title. I get they need to move. Both guys need something to do before Mania, but right, it's time to build for Mania. Rey versus his son, and give Cross a decent match against someone like, I don't know. Are they using the music? Yeah. Whoa, whoa, let's go. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. We haven't heard this for ages. Yeah, that was a hell of a pop. Ah, my internet's frozen, for God's sake. I'm killing all my Twitters. I don't think it does anything. Why does it do this? Always at the end of SmackDown. It's bizarre. Yeah, I saw. See, I thought my internet stuttered, but he really did, didn't he? He did kind of slip. Yeah, because I thought they might use his like he's had for about a year or so. But I'm glad they've given him his babyface theme back. Cross versus Escobar. Yes, that'd be great. Because it looks like the turning Escobar face, doesn't it? Exciting. Yeah, guys, if I disappear, it's my internet. My stream has stopped. I can see Sammy hanging on the rope, but it might kick me out for a bit. If it does, I'll come back when I can. But it's happened before. In recent months, my internet has become appalling. Yeah, totally agree. Worlds of, do you know, like years ago, when Sami Zayn was moved up to the main roster, I used to walk my dog with Sami Zayn's theme in my ears because it's such like a feel good track. It's a really good one to do in the gym as well. Or if you're running, you can run forever listening to that. It's a good getting into state track. Yeah, get on a treadmill and stick that in your ears. You will not run out of energy. What does it say there? The honorary what? Honorary use t-shirt. It can't be. That's a boy who's happy to be home, isn't it? Oh, that's what HAB means. It's on his t-shirt. What does it stand for? Does anybody know? Wow, are they happy to see? And he's not faking that emotion, is he? Not in the slightest. Oh, for God's sake, this internet. Sort your life out. Someone's going to ruin this now, aren't they? You know? Someone's going to ruin this moment. Like you say, put some heat on the Usos, maybe. You think Bret Hart was back, wouldn't you? You'd think Bret had come home. Seriously, does anybody know what is on Sammy's t-shirt and what it means? I'm very confused. Reminds me of the crowd that wouldn't allow Undertaker to talk for 15 minutes at the Hall of Fame. Yeah, it's happened a few times, isn't it, that? They're like, right, shut up now. Can someone tell me what the Habs is? I have no idea what the Habs is. Is it like a sports team or something? I've got no idea. Kevin Dunn, you're fired. The sound died. Oh, so it wasn't just my internet. Okay, good. I think your brother might have a point, Duchess. Is he a duke? Oh, no, you'd be married to the Duke, wouldn't you? Presumably, if you're a Duchess. Unless you're a Duchess on your own. Presumably. He could be a Viscount, though. If I'm getting that right. Yeah. I think somebody Samoan is interfering in this. I'm ruining this. We need some heat, don't we? It could be Jey. I'm going to call him the Duke from now on. Habs means I love you to AJ. See, now I'm even more confused. What the hell does that mean? Here we go. It's Montreal hockey team, which is usually. Oh, right, fair enough. Okay. Hunter hopefully get the sound fixed for tomorrow. I think they've blown the subwoofer or something because they're that loud. Ah, finally, right now. Oh, it's hockey in Canada, of course. Having Brett as a ref would be a good call for the match. Yeah. Or would it be a distraction from the guys in the ring? You know, I know what you mean, though. It would please the Canadians. Now I know. Okay, if it's sport related. I only want to take predetermined sports. It's like football over here. Does my head in. Oh, is that it? Is that it? No one's coming out to beat him up? No? Interesting. They're sending them home happy. Wow. No one came out and attacked him. Interesting. Wow. I would have bet my house on that. Okay, let's do some wrap up. So, we're going to need a score, a performer of the night. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. The attack is tomorrow. Although some heat generation wouldn't have gone amiss. Like, obviously, we're all thinking the Jey Uso attack is tomorrow, but Jimmy and Solo going after him wouldn't have been out the mark. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, these things are done a certain way, and they didn't do it. So I'm not against it. I so hope Reigns bring the chamber down. Sammy can't escape now tomorrow. Yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? It'd go against their branding though, because they only ever do this stuff in those matches as opposed to anything else at the pay-per-views. It's like they forget it exists unless it's the match. But that I'd be game for that. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, of course, Jack. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I thought it was something to do with Habs. Yeah. Or the CM Punk one he got when he came back. We've had some pretty big pops for Bray Wyatt as well, haven't we, recently? That's what I want them to do. But yeah, they went against convention. You can't argue with that, can you? So, right, we're going to do what we always do, and we're going to do the wrap up now. So, performer of the night, match of the night, and grade out of 10. So, I'm going to give performer of the night to Asuka, not Sami Zayn, because he only really stood in the ring and got cheered. I think Asuka looked terrifying, properly terrifying for the first time in ages tonight. So I'm going to give her performer. I suppose I should give her match of the night as well, because although I thought everybody getting involved wrecked it a little bit, you know, I kind of just wanted a one-on-one between her and Liv Morgan because I was enjoying it up to that point. The actual show, I'm confused by the Bray Wyatt stuff. I'm not against it. I'm just a bit confused by it. More questions than answers again. And I've compared Bray Wyatt to the show Lost lots of times, haven't I? In the fact that it captivates me. I want to see more of it, but it's always so unsatisfying. Like that. That is how I feel about how I felt about Lost its entire run. It's how I felt about Bray Wyatt since he was the cult leader, Bray Wyatt. So I don't know. I know it's not always his fault, but it is what it is. Misfit is giving the tag Raiders tag was great. I struggle with the Viking Raiders. I think their gimmick is too silly, too unbelievable. It just takes me out of it. No matter who they're in the ring with, I yawn and roll my eyes when the minute their music starts. It's just me. Yeah, Gunther versus Madcap just didn't sizzle, did it? I know what you mean. Well, I feel like Asuka did sizzle tonight. So score out of 10. I'm gonna give it a. Because Sami Zayn and Asuka brought it up, I'm going to give it a 7. So if you guys want to give me your scores before we wrap up for tomorrow night, and I'll scurry off to bed, and you'll see me again tomorrow if you're here. Todd says, I think at best it was a 6 tonight. Yeah, no, I'm there with you. If it wasn't for the Sami Zayn and Asuka stuff, I'd be very much there with you. Yeah, Jack's meeting in the middle, very diplomatic, 6.5. Anyone else want to get in there? That'd be cool. And tomorrow, match of the night, Asuka versus Liv. That's what I went with. Score 6 out of 10. A lot of 6. Me going with 7. Maybe I'm being a bit generous. The Duchess is giving it 7.5. Yeah, so we're all kind of floating around the 6.5 mark if we do an average, aren't we, I think? I think 7.5 is very generous. Wasn't a bad show, was it? It wasn't a bad one. It just wasn't one of those awesome ones. All right, Captain Arithmetic. Anybody else? Thank you for joining me tonight. We'll just quickly go through the memberships because if I don't, Ant will tell me off. So the brand stuff. Here we go. And boom. So you can become a member, of course. Right now we have Dan Reed of Either Right Girls of Wrestling. In there we have Dex Baker. Hello, Dex, if you're listening. And Mark LFC is our latest Hulkamaniac. Now we haven't got anybody in the hardcore Hulkamaniac. So if you want to be the hardcore champion of Give Me a Hull Yeah, you will be unopposed if you join. So there you go. And of course, our reigning, defending, only champion in our championship tier is our moderator, Sassy. So you can join regardless of your budget. We do appreciate it. It helps us do what we do and stay there. All of the money, by the way, we ever earn from these streams go back into the channel, just so you know. So it's not a case of us profiteering from it. It's just a case of helps us do what we do and keep people going, keep everything going. Because we were able to upgrade the stream to HD and things like that. Although you wouldn't know that from my crap camera. Taylor saying, was it just filler? I think it was. Yeah, it was. Bray Wyatt came back. I'm happy with that. So Todd says that if Sammy got attacked, it would have been a better ending. Would it have been better if Roman Reigns had come out and Sammy had attacked him again? Maybe, I don't know. Would it have made Sammy look like a badass going into tomorrow night? but he's going to get his hands on it anyway tomorrow night. So that's the counter to my own point, I suppose. Right then, guys. I wouldn't normally rush off, but I'm going to, mainly because we're back here tomorrow night. I think Dom will be here with Dan doing Elimination Chamber. I'll probably be asleep for that, but I'm going to start covering New Japan at 2 a.m. or I might do the pre-show or I might not, because I think everybody will be watching Elimination Chamber. Saying that, people will be watching Elimination Chamber anyway, won't they? Even at 3. So I'll probably end up doing the pre-show as part of the pay-per-view tomorrow night. But so anyway, guys, thank you, so much for being with me tonight. You guys make it what it is. Thank you so much. I'd be a little bit more animated if I wasn't doing another one tomorrow, but that's okay. It'd be funny to see how tired I am tomorrow. I bet I'm a zombie. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, thank you for joining me tonight. It'd be cool if you all join me again tomorrow night. And yeah, I'll see you then. Let's do what we always do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, take it easy, guys.
This is the hardcore legend, Mick Foley. Well, hello and welcome to Give Me a Oh Yeah. I hope everyone there, right there in Yorkshire, is having a nice day. Bang, bang. Have a nice day. Yeah.